Is there any role for North Canton to work with other communities in Stark County and maybe county government itself on common task of local government?
Yeah, I think North Canton's got to be a friend. You know, got to get along with Plain Township because we border Plain Township. We sit in Plain Township. We have to work with Jackson Township because they're on our western border. We got to work with the city of Canton, who's on the southern border. I think we have to have a good working relationship with other communities. So in the time of need or other things that we know we can count on our neighbors, whether to the east or to the west.
How about the 911 capability? I don't think North Canton's in the county 911 system.
No, we have our own dispatchers.
What's your attitude about the connection or lack of connection between North Canton Safety Forces and the countywide 911 capacity?
Well, I can tell you.
And you work in the Plain
Yes.
department, and I think Plain is part of 911, correct?
Yeah, we get dispatched by the sheriff's office.
So how's that working out in Plain? And if you're a mayor of Canton, would that Plain experience bear on the North Canton connection to countywide 911?
Things in Plain are good, but with past experiences and talking to people, I was told basically if we mess with the dispatchers, I probably won't get elected. Let's put it that way. People want that because when you call a dispatcher and they know the street you live on, they can say, "Oh yes, you know that's what they like, that personal touch, that the dispatchers know the area, they know what they're talking about." And frankly, they're good dispatchers.
But Plain used to have their own dispatchers, right?
Correct. Yes.
And they moved to have things remained the same, gotten worse, or gotten better in your Plain experience?
Well, to me, I've gone from North Canton to Plain. I wasn't there in Plain Township when they had their own dispatchers. I've only known it as the sheriff's office. And I would say, my 2.5, almost 3 years in Plain, it's remained the same.
Okay. So if the residents of North Canton want to keep their own dispatching unit, you're not going to push for a changeover?
No.
Okay. Now, I've asked a few questions that I've had, maybe one more would be on Cedas and Tifs and things like that. Do you have a thought on the future under Mayor Scott Kelly for doing your Cedas and Tifs, or is that not in the cards?
No, that Cedas, Jeds, those are great. If we can, work with the townships on creating an area where both the township and the city benefits, I'm all for it. Why not? If we can increase revenue by having a Jet or a Ceda with Plain Township or Jackson, why not? If we
because North Canton rejected, and in fact it was Mayor Held who was, I think council was set to go.
Correct.
With a cooperative agreement with Canton, Jackson, and Plain.
Yes.
And David Held, the mayor, I recall, was going to veto it. Yes. If they went forward with that. You have a different attitude?
Absolutely, because I believe the venue was part of that. I think it went from Whipple, it was between Whipple and Cleveland Avenue, from Everhard to 38th Street, I believe, in that corridor. If I could be wrong, but I believe the venue would have been included in that. So let's think about it. So we get, I think it was, I don't know, was it 0.75% of income tax from the workers? I'm not sure of the agreement. Okay, so we don't have to provide city services other than water, which we're going to make money on the water. but the county maintains the road. Plain Township does the EMS and fire, and the sheriff does the patrol. So you're telling me the city's gonna make half, 3/4% income tax on these people without having to provide anything? I don't, to me, that's common sense, that we don't have to do nothing and we're gonna get money. I think, isn't that everybody's goal, is to not work but still get paid? I just don't, maybe there was more to the story behind it, I don't know, but I think if we can.
So based on what you know, you would have been in favor of doing that agreement?
If you've got the 7 council people that, and a couple of them worked extremely hard on this deal to do what was best for the city, why wouldn't we do it? If these 7 agreed and they worked, I know they met with, representatives from Jackson and Plain and Canton on this, and they put a lot of time, long meetings, they put a lot of effort into this, and obviously they thought it was a good deal for the city, and then, no, it wasn't good enough. So I don't know. I guess read more about it, and see why did this get killed?
Right.